Welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we're diving into the world of horror and taking a closer look at Scream 6. We know you're a die-hard fan of the franchise and have probably watched the movie multiple times, but did you really notice everything? From hidden Easter eggs to behind-the-scenes secrets, we're counting down the top 10 things you probably didn't notice on Scream 6. But before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest videos. Alright, let's get started. Number 10. The opening sequence pays homage to the original Scream movie. The opening sequence of Scream 6 is a clear nod to the original Scream movie, which was released back in 1996. In an opening scene, we see a teenage girl alone in her house, getting ready to watch a scary movie. She's dressed in a white tank top and underwear, which is reminiscent of the iconic opening scene of the first Scream movie. The setting of the scene is also similar to the original, with the girl's house being in a quiet suburban neighborhood. The camera angles used in the scene are also very similar, with shots of the girl moving around her house while the camera pans in and out, creating a sense of unease and tension. Another homage to the original Scream movie is the use of the Ghostface costume, which is worn by the killer in both films. However, in Scream 6, the Ghostface mask has been updated to look even more menacing and intimidating. Overall, the opening sequence of Scream 6 is a deliberate callback to the original movie, and it sets the tone for the rest of the film. By paying homage to the past, the filmmakers are able to create a sense of nostalgia for longtime fans of the franchise, while also introducing new elements to keep the story fresh and exciting. Number 9. The character names all have a connection to horror movies. The Scream franchise is known for its references to other horror movies, and one way the filmmakers pay homage to these films is by giving their characters names that are inspired by famous horror movie characters. In Scream 6, the characters' names are no exception, with each one having a connection to the horror genre. For example, the main character, Sidney Prescott, is named after Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Laurie Strode, in the Halloween movie franchise. Both characters are strong, independent women who become targets of a serial killer, and they both fight back to survive. Other characters in the movie also have horror movie-inspired names. There's Tara Carpenter, whose last name is a nod to director John Carpenter, which is also known for directing classic movies like Halloween and The Thing. There's also Richie Kirsch, whose last name is a reference to the horror movie writer and director Brian De Palma, who directed the movie Carrie, which was based on a novel by Stephen King. These character names may seem like small details, but they add to the overall atmosphere of the movie and show the filmmaker's appreciation for the horror genre. It's a fun way to pay homage to the films that inspired the Scream franchise, while also giving the characters unique and memorable names. Number 8. There are multiple references to horror movies throughout the movie. As with the previous entries in the Scream franchise, Scream 6 is packed with references to other horror movies. These references range from subtle nods to more overt homages, and they add a layer of depth to the movie that will be appreciated by horror fans. One of the most prominent references in Scream 6 is the movie The Exorcist. In one scene, a character mentions that they're watching a movie with a friend, and they joke about the infamous pea soup scene. This is a direct reference to the iconic scene in The Exorcist where the possessed Regan vomits a green substance. Another reference in Scream 6 is the Friday the 13th franchise. In one scene, a character is wearing a shirt with the iconic hockey mask worn by Jason Voorhees, the killer in Friday the 13th movies. A Nightmare on Elm Street is also referenced in Scream 6. In one scene, a character is wearing a shirt with the words "Welcome to Elm Street" printed on it. This is a reference to the fictional street in the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, where the character Freddy Krueger haunts and kills his victims in their dreams. This reference to other horror movies are just a few examples to the many nods and homages in Scream 6. By including these references, the filmmakers are able to pay tribute to the movies that came before, while also creating a sense of nostalgia and appreciation for the horror genre as a whole. Number 7. The new Ghostface mask was designed to look scarier. One of the most iconic elements of the Scream franchise is the Ghostface mask, which has become instantly recognizable as a symbol of the movies. In Scream 6, the filmmakers have updated the Ghostface mask to look even more scarier and more menacing than in previous movies. The new Ghostface mask has a more angular and exaggerated design, with sharper features and a more aggressive look. The eyes are bigger and more sunken, which creates a more sinister appearance. The mouth is also wider and more distorted, with jagged teeth that add to the sense of menace. Another change to the Ghostface mask is the color. The mask is now a darker shade of white, which gives it a more eerie and unsettling appearance. The overall effect is that the new Ghostface mask is more terrifying and intimidating than previous versions, which adds to the tension and suspense of the movie. The design of the new Ghostface mask was a deliberate choice by the filmmakers, who wanted to update the look of the mask while still paying homage to the classic design. By making the mask scarier and more menacing, they were able to create a more formidable villain for the characters to face, which adds to the overall intensity of the movie. Overall, the new Ghostface mask is a striking and memorable update to an iconic horror movie symbol, and it's sure to leave a lasting impression on the fans of the Scream franchise. Number 6. There's a hidden message in the movie's credits that spells out "Sidney lives." At the end of Scream 6, during the movie's credits, there's a hidden message that spells out "Sidney lives." This message is a nod to the character Sidney Prescott, who has been the main protagonist of the Scream franchise since the first movie. The message "Sidney lives" hints at the possibility of a sequel to Scream 6, and suggests that Sidney survives the events of the movie. This is significant because throughout the Scream franchise, Sidney has been in danger from multiple killers, and the fate of her character has been uncertain at times. The message in the credits is a fun Easter egg for fans of the franchise, and it adds to the excitement and anticipation for future movies. It also suggests that the filmmakers may have plans for additional movies in the series, which will no doubt be eagerly anticipated by fans. Overall, the hidden message in the credits of Scream 6 is a clever and subtle way to hint at a potential sequel, while also paying tribute to an iconic character, that being Sidney Prescott. It's a small detail, but it's sure to excite fans of the franchise and keep them guessing about what's next for the Scream series. Number 5. In Scream 6, the character of Tara Carpenter was originally written as a male character, but the filmmakers made the decision to switch the character's gender to female. This decision was made to add more depth to the story and to create a more interesting dynamic between the characters. By making Tara a female character, the filmmakers were able to explore different themes and ideas that wouldn't have been possible with a male character. For example, Tara's relationship with her sister, Sam, takes on a new level of complexity when the two characters are both female. The filmmakers were able to delve into issues of sisterhood, identity, and the unique challenges faced by women in modern society. In addition to adding more depth to the story, the decision to switch Tara's gender also helped to diversify the cast and create more representation for women in the movie. This is important in a genre that has historically been dominated by male characters, and has often been criticized for its treatment of female characters. Overall, the decision to switch the gender of Tara Carpenter was a smart and thoughtful move by the filmmakers, and it adds to the overall quality and impact of the movie. By creating a more complex and nuanced character, the filmmakers were able to tell a more engaging and satisfying story that will resonate with audience of all genders. Number 4. In Scream 6, there's a scene where Dewey and Gale reunite in a hospital. This scene was shot on the same set used as in the original Halloween movie, which adds an extra layer of nostalgia and homage to the horror genre. The hospital set used in the original Halloween movie is located at the Universal Studios lot in California, and it's become a beloved location for horror movie fans. Over the years, the set has been used in many other movies and TV shows, and it has become a symbol of the horror genre. By using the same set in Scream 6, the filmmakers were able to pay tribute to the original Halloween movie, while also adding to the atmosphere and tension of the scene. The hospital setting is already a familiar and unsettling location for horror movie fans, and the addition of Dewey and Gale's reunion adds an emotional element to the scene that makes it even more powerful. Overall, the decision to shoot the hospital scene on the same set used in the original Halloween movie is a clever and effective way to add to the overall impact of the movie. It's a small detail, but it's sure to be appreciated by horror movie fans who recognize the significance of the location. Number 3. One of the most recognizable aspects of the Scream franchise is the voice of Ghostface, the iconic killer who terrorizes the main characters throughout the movies. In Scream 6, the voice of Ghostface was provided by the same actor who voiced the character in the original Scream, Roger L. Jackson. Jackson's performance as Ghostface is a major part of what makes the character so memorable and chilling. His distinctive voice and delivery have become synonymous with the franchise, and fans of the series have come to expect and anticipate his appearances in each new movie. By bringing back Jackson to voice Ghostface in Scream 6, the filmmakers were able to create a sense of continuity and nostalgia for fans of the original movie. It also adds to the authenticity of the character and ensures that the voice of Ghostface remains consistent throughout the series. Jackson's performance in Scream 6 is just as menacing and effective as it was in the original movie. His delivery is chilling and unsettling, and he manages to convey a sense of menace and danger with just his voice alone. Overall, the decision to bring back Roger L. Jackson to the voice of Ghostface in Scream 6 is a smart and effective move by the filmmakers. It adds to the overall quality and the impact of the movie and ensures that the character of Ghostface remains a vital and iconic part of the Scream franchise. Number 2. The final showdown between Ghostface and the survivors takes place in a movie theater, which is a nod to the horror movie genre as a whole. Horror movies have a long history of using movie theaters as a setting. From classics like Psycho to more recent films like The Final Girls, the movie theater is a place where audiences go to experience fear and excitement. It's a location that is inherently tied to the horror genre. By setting the final showdown in the movie theater, the filmmakers of Scream 6 are making a statement about the nature of horror movies and the relationship between horror movies and their audiences. The characters are literally fighting for their lives in a place where people come to be scared and entertained. The movie theater setting also adds an added layer of tension and danger to the scene. Overall, the decision to set the final showdown in a movie theater is a clever and effective way to pay homage to the horror genre while also adding to the overall impact and quality of the movie. It's a smart and thoughtful move by the filmmakers that is sure to be appreciated by horror movie fans. Number 1. The movie's ending leaves room for interpretation, leaving viewers wondering if there will be another installment in the Scream franchise. The ending of Scream 6 has left many viewers wondering if there will be another installment in the Scream franchise. This is because the movie's conclusion is intentionally ambiguous, leaving room for interpretation and speculation. Throughout the movie, the audience is led to believe that the killer is a particular character, only to have the rug pulled out from under them in the final act. The real killer is revealed to be someone unexpected, and their identity sets up the possibility for future movies in the franchise. The final scene of the movie shows the remaining survivors discussing their plans for the future, and their hopes for what comes next. However, the scene ends on a cliffhanger, with the suggestion that there may be another killer out there waiting to strike. This open-ended conclusion is a hallmark of the Scream franchise, and it has become something of a tradition in each new movie. By leaving the ending open to interpretation, the filmmakers are able to keep fans guessing and speculating about what may come next. The ambiguity of the ending also adds to the overall impact and quality of the movie. It creates a sense of tension and uncertainty that lingers long after the credits have rolled, and it ensures that the franchise remains relevant and exciting for years to come. Overall, the decision to leave the ending of Scream 6 open to interpretation is a smart and effective move by the filmmakers. It sets up the possibility for future movies in the franchise and ensures that fans will be eagerly anticipating the next installment. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if yes, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and share it with your friends who are also a fan of the Scream franchise. Thank you, and see you soon.